Hello, how are ya? Let me get my phone set up here. Oh, oh, I gotta scooch around. I thought I was all set up, but I guess I wasn't. Guess I wasn't. And good morning, Christina. I'm so glad you came. And Dawn, and I see Joyce, and I see Melanie. Oh, I thought it was canceled. Well, Lisa canceled, but you know me, I always go on in her place because I'm just that kind of girl. And Brenda Foley, good morning. And good morning, Joe. You didn't say anything. Well, I figure by now you should know me. And you know that if somebody cancels, I pretty much take their spot so that nobody's disappointed. Oh, Dawn's glad I took over. Yay. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I was depending on Lisa to do the talking. Well, I'm glad to see you too, Brenda. The show must go on. Yep. See, I thought, Melanie, maybe you were telling me that I shouldn't go live. That I should just skip it altogether. Psh. Well, I don't have nothing. I showed you all everything I got Friday. Friday was Honey's birthday. She turned 2, the big 2. And she's starting to be a really good girl. She was my good girl anyway, but she's really good now. Oh, you're so good to us. Well, I'm up, I'm here, so why not just go live? So, and going live is much easier than doing a video. I'm here to tell you. Like the pic of me. Well, I didn't know what picture to put on there. I didn't want to use my little puggy one that's up here in the corner. And Honey's still in bed snoring away, so I didn't want to put a picture of her up. Sass is always snoring, unless she's eating. So I thought, well, what could I put up there instead? And you know what that picture is? That is my graduation picture. Yeah. That's, oh goodness, almost 50 years old. Oh my God. Has it been that long? I was watching your live for Friday because I missed the last part. Oh, the kiddo took the phone. Man, you got to be stronger with that kid. You tell him YouTube is more important. Oh, I'm just teasing. I'm laughing so much I'm crying. Well, Lisa is not feeling well. She woke up yesterday morning with a headache and it just got worse and worse and her sinuses are built up. So I feel bad for Lisa. Oh, he said it was an emergency. Oh, yeah. It was a real emergency. How many 9-year-olds have an emergency? I'm just giving you a hard time, Melanie. I'm a creature of routine. It does seem when my usual gets disturbed, my whole day is off. Sunday starts with 7 a.m. What can I tell you? I've already had my breakfast. I got here, I did not turn my phone on first thing this morning. I forgot to plug it in last night. So I had to plug my phone in so that it was like, "Hi, Beck. How are you, Becky? I'm so glad you made it." And so I plugged my phone in, do a project recap, current and upcoming. I'm planning projects, need inspiration. Well, oh, you got up 15 minutes earlier. Well, well, I was working on this for a bag. I've got this one quilted, but I don't have the other side quilted. And it's going to be a big bag. I mean, it's 5-inch squares and it's 4 across and 4 down. I got my SF-101, which I used the last of what I had on this bag. And I have other bags that I want to make. I still have the Geo Chick bag to finish. You remember that one. Let me find it here. This is the lining for that. And the other side, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. This is the outer for the Geo bag. Geo Chick. So, and I have the binding cut for it. I think it's the binding. No, it's the handles. I forgot. See, it's been so long that I've been working on that Geo Chick that I work on it for like 5-10 minutes and then I put it down. I'm not a huge bag maker, so I don't understand what they want me to do, so I stop. And I'm like, one of these days I will come back and figure it out. Well, I'm doing other stuff. Right now I'm in the process of cutting everything for the flower farm. I have 3 block sets to cut. Hello, Zaza. I'm glad you made it. Aunt Beck just flashed up her channel there. She's a fun channel. Aunt Beck does a little bit of everything, let me tell you. She does paper crafts, sewing. She makes the dresses for Dress-A-Girl. She does quilting. She does handwork. She makes them little flowers. Everything she makes is just gorgeous. So if you're not subscribed to her, you should be. Oh, I love that stacked block quilt behind you. Oh, that was Falling Charms from Missouri Star. I don't know where I stuck the pattern now. You know, I when I get done with the quilt, who knows what I've done with the pattern for it. But and I really like that one. And that's why it's still up there. I have Millie's dresses out in the kitchen. It's waiting to get sandwiched. That Christmas one that I did with Santa in the sleigh flying through the air, I have to sandwich that one. I have a whole pile over there that needs sandwiched. I I have one over here, but I haven't hooked it back up to the cutie yet. I did get the jazz put over there. I haven't got it threaded yet. What else? What else? What else? What else? I have these little bitty ones that I quilted. These little bitty ones. They're cute. And I was just practicing, but I did these on the brother. My brother Daryl. Daryl. And I think this one is so pretty. But these were extra ones on the side of the panel. That one's really cool looking too. But I was just playing around and practicing. I see that I missed a spot in the middle. So I might have to go in there and do that real quick. But I have extra here. And this is from the aprons that Shirley made for the bees and I. This one is the one with the featherweights on it. And then I have this one. This one is the sewing one too. There's that tomato pin cushion there. I don't know if you can see anything else. There's a sewing machine. So I have these left over. And I thought, well, I could put a binding on with that on these. So I can practice my binding too. I mean, I know they're not very big, but... Good morning, Nancy! I'm so glad you came to play. Those would be great with some beadwork on them too. Oh, honey, I don't do beadwork. Good morning, Andrea. I'm glad you came. I'm a member of the Half Yard Club. Debbie Shore is UK. This month's project is a cute top. I'm going to make a few in my quilting fabric. Oh. I need to come up with a quilt using those charm packs I found at the thrift store. Well, Beck, that's an easy one. Let me tell you. Very, very easy. You take a charm pack and you pair it up with 2.5 by 5, whatever background you want, and you sew them together. And then out of your background, you have a 7 by 2.5, and you sew that to the top. That's the whole block. And then you just turn them as they go down. Easiest one I've ever done. I did that quilt just as a cleanser, I guess you would call it. You can make mug rugs out of them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with these two here. But I just goofed around and I was trying the free motion stuff, and I didn't do too bad of a job on these. I just noticed that one, I just now noticed I don't have it right in the very middle. But I have it all over on this one. I got this one all done. And I just meandered. On this one. This one here, I tried a few different designs on it. There's a bunch of L's. There's some E's. There's some squiggly back and forth like that. And then I did a bunch of the 8 things, the infinity going this way. Yeah, I did a bunch of them. I did even more L's though. But this one is just meandering on it. And then I showed you that I got this fabric. This fabric is going to be used on my October collaboration. I couldn't remember what to call it. I posted a while back about changing my straps on my cutie frame to Velcro straps. I had to jerry-rig the straps to hold in the clamps. I'll make a post in Discord later. Wouldn't the Velcro catch on the batting? Well, the Half Yard Club is very good value. Yeah. I don't have a problem with my clips here. I get them tight enough when I roll it up, and then I just clip them on. I have not had a problem. It's flipped around the back bar and then through the strap with a cuticle stick inserted into the blue clamp. It's easier to watch the video. Oh. I only have hand quilting frames that I scored at a Goodwill for less than $7 each. Oh. Yeah, I thought the snowflakes were very pretty. As you can tell, I have not done anything for the October collab yet, and I got to get on that in September. I got to get it done. I got to get a video made. Jamie has a few great patterns. Yes, she does. And she comes up with them on her own, too. She doesn't always do other people's patterns. Her Scrappy, she just makes things and then puts them together. It's cool. I wish I had a brain like that, but I don't. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Lori. My glory, Lori. I know I'm weird. I know it. My husband tells me all the time. Oh. And I see Nightbot is working. That's cool. I only have a few names that actually pop up on their own going through. So if you got a channel, type in Quilt or Giggles and get your channel out there. We love your weird. Yeah, that's what my husband says. He says that's the reason he was drawn to me here. They are all sand and surf prints. Oh. Did you get the brother working? Yes, I did. Can you believe it? I did it. I got that one. I read that one too. I read that. I'm farther behind on my phone. You know how you scroll backwards and then you walk away from it? Yeah, that's what I did. There we go. We love your weird. Got it. I'm cutting fabric this morning, lurking. I have been cutting fabric for probably a total of a day and a half. Last Thursday, I went to the foot doctor, and then hubby and I went out for a little while, and then I came home, and I started cutting. I finished up all the 4-inch ones. They're all done. They're in my little thing. And then I started cutting out the 16-inch first. I cut them out, and then I'm ending with the 24-inch ones. So, and I have all of the background cut for them. So Thursday afternoon, I worked on it, and then Friday morning, I worked on it. And then yesterday morning, I worked on it. So a total of maybe a day and a half I've worked on it. But I'm not quite done yet. I still need to cut out the prints for 3 blocks. 3. Good morning, Tasha. You're up early. I've got a bag to make for the small angry one. Oh. I don't give my bags to anybody. Although I do have fabric to make my sister and I a bag. With the butterflies on it. And it's sort of got a metallic look to it too. YouTube just changed the channel on me. I have no idea why, but I am back. Oh, that was strange, huh? Well, I don't know if anybody doesn't have the channels that are in here. Maybe somebody that's lurking. Maybe they're not subscribed to some of your channels. So if you want, just type in quilt or giggles and it'll drop. I'm slowly getting channels added to my Nightbot so that they'll pop up every once in a while. Of course, I have Mona and Lisa, and I have Zaza and Giovanna. I was thinking there was another. Oh, I have Terry on there. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Annette. Hello. Annette has a channel too. Oh, look at there. I see Sheila. Ooh. My Sheila. And Melissa, I haven't seen you for a little while, girl. Trying to think what else. I have not ordered anything from my favorite place, you know. I haven't ordered anything for a while. Can you believe it? I did order some stuff from Missouri Star, but I showed you all that already. That was 2 weeks ago. I ordered that stuff. But I got it all on sale. And it was stuff I needed. I got the small wedge template and the wings that go on it. I got the small one and I got the large one. The large one was on sale, which was great for me. And then I got to looking at the small one and they had it reduced in price too. So I got both of those. I do have a 60-degree triangle someplace around here. But do you think I could find it? No. So I went ahead and bought those. What else did I don't even remember what all I got. I got that fabric. That fabric was supposed to be gray, and I already told you, it's purple. It is purple. Can you believe I can reach it? That is purple. Well, let's flip it this way. It's showing up kind of gray on the screen, at least on mine, but it is purple. When you're looking at it in person, it's purple. I showed it to my husband and I said, "What color is this?" He says, "Purple." I said, "It's supposed to be gray." So, yeah. So I haven't done anything with that yet either. I just have a bunch of projects that I've started that I've not finished and I need to get them done. And I saw a fabulous one earlier this week. It looked amazing. It was based on the one by Revelation Quilts, but was different. I'm sure yours will be fabulous. The first cut is the worst. You haven't been getting emails from them? Oh, I get them from Rachel all the time. Okay, here's Mama J. I am going to be cutting up the 36 log cabin blocks I finished yesterday. I am attempting my first disappearing log cabin quilt. I'm a bit nervous about doing it, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh, yeah. You know, I have never done a log cabin block. Banana Joe! Good morning! Whoops, afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, I think you're referring to the one I based mine off of. She used two different blocks and combined them. Oh. I like Revelation Quilts. Sue is really good at what she does, let me tell you. I am working on my Christmas list. Andrea, yes, it was a smaller channel. She did it over 2 videos. Oh, I wouldn't consider Revelation Quilts a smaller channel. I thought she was bigger. I consider myself a small channel. I mean, when you don't even have 500 subs, I mean, and I think she has 1,000. She has way more than 1,000. Yes, I think that's the same one. Yeah. I need to get my swap blocks done this week. And you know, I don't get in with any swap blocks because I don't want to have the stress of having to get it done by a certain date. Everything I do, there's no timeline to do it. So, except this collab that I still haven't started. I have an idea in my head what I'm going to do, but I'm not sure exactly yet. But I would like to do my 2 little totes by Annie. Oh, it wasn't Revelation Quilts. She had a few hundred subs. Okay. Yeah, Revelation Quilts has quite a bit. The smaller channels did the blocks based on the Revelation Quilts, but she was... Oh, okay. Revelations just did 1 block. Okay. I have to send my swap blocks. I just have to sign them. Ah. But I would like to do these 2. Dang, you can't see it in the... And I have the pattern for afternoon tea, and I have the fabric for it. And I have the cup of love that I have the fabric for. I have so many things that I want to do, but I don't have the time for it. Good morning, Candace. How are you? I haven't mailed mine out yet either. Oh. See, there's Nightbot working. There's Giovanna's right there. So, I made sure and got my coffee this morning. And I've had my breakfast. And I have my cough drops. Because you know my voice goes in and out all the time. Miss Nikki! Nikki. Nikki. I have an idea for the collab, but haven't done anything yet. Yeah, I'm the same way, Lori. I just can't get my button gear on it. Show your heart and hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Giggles, what is your favorite color? Oh, that's easy. My favorite is green. Specifically, I like hunter green and sage the best. But I pretty much like any color of green. Even that lime green is starting to grow on me. I wrote a small list of the fabric I have, and it has a, and if I had a plan for it, I added that. Oh. You should see Melanie. She has like a half wall of bins with fabric in it. My fabric is all underneath my white table. That's it. That's all I got. Except for what Nikki sent me. I got that underneath my feet here. And it's really pretty fabric. She said it was scraps, but I told her it was yardage. It just wasn't the full width of the yardage per se. It was cut off pieces. My Renegade blocks are done and mailed, and most have been received. I got my white on white for the squirrel block swap, so that will be on my list of things to do this week. Oh. Good morning, Auntie Ellen. I'm sorry, I had to leave your live yesterday really fast, so I didn't even get a chance to say bye. But they were working on bags yesterday. Cooking before church and going to visit her mom. And you know, Auntie Ellen calls her mom every day. She reminds me of me. I used to talk to my mom 2 or 3 times a day when she was alive. I'm here lurking. Good morning, Lisa. And I'm going to put a hexy on you so that you feel better. There's the music for it. It's my squirrel swap I need to do too, Zaza says. I haven't got yours yet, Andrea. I'm slowly catching up to you. I never know how much to buy. I know, and even if you get a pattern and it tells you how much to buy, I always buy more. What can I say? Sorry, I had a brain fart. We have them a lot, don't we, Zaza? I have a full walk-in closet and a high boy dresser filled with BLE. I don't know what BLE is. It will arrive shortly, don't worry. Yeah. My daughter gets that. She has to use a milky product to wash her mouth out. Not sure it's over the counter, though. Oh. I guess I missed what she said. I did. I missed it. I'm trying to catch up. My daughter gets that she has to use. I just read that one. Hello to everyone I did not see. Yeah, she's cooking bird hex. Oh, was that me doing the bird hex? Psh, psh, psh. I used to see or talk to my mom every day too. Yeah. And when I worked, my mom would call me at work. And when she'd call me at work, I'm like, oh, what happened? And and then it's something silly. Good morning, Catherine. I'm so glad you joined us. But it was usually something silly when mom called at work, and she was just lucky that she caught me inside at work because I used to be a lot outside. Beyond life expectancy. Oh, okay. See, I don't know all those little acronym things. Well, Catherine, I met her on Leanna's channel. I think it was Leanna's. It's not fun. Sorry to hear that. Slow typing with one hand. Yes, Annette is amazing because she is sewing one-handed. Her left arm was hurt when she was taking pictures of a football game. She was doing that for the yearbook, and she got tackled. And when she got tackled, she busted up her whole left arm pretty bad. And it was in a cast for a long time. And she's got rods and all sorts of stuff in her arm, and she's having trouble with that again. So Corsadil mouthwash is good. It's like antiseptic for your mouth. Oh. But Annette has gotten back to sewing again. So I give her kudos for doing everything one-handed. It is about my gums being swollen. Oh, okay. See, I missed that up there. I've seen the link for Giovanna's channel a couple times already. My quilt fabrics are in 6 totes under our bed. My apparel fabrics are in another room in larger totes, and we won't talk about the yarn stash. Well, my yarn stash is in that closet behind the door. It's not a big stash. I have it in one of those yarn tote thingies, the plastic ones, with the holes in it. I have it all in there, but it's, I think, 3 colors. I have juniper and green, regular green, and a peachy color. That's all I have for yarn. My daughter calls me a lot. It didn't matter if I was at work or home. Yeah. When my mom called, I answered the phone, or if I was out at work, she would just leave a message and tell me to call her. So when I get back inside, then I would call her. But yes, it was Leanna's channel. See, I thought so. I thought that's where I first met you. I am using different types of mouthwash, and I took an anti-inflammatory. My relationship with my mom is complicated. We don't speak, but I am thankful others have or had good relationships with their mom. Well, Okay, to be honest, I did not have a very good relationship with my mom growing up. It was because of my mom that I moved out. Her and I got into a huge fight and I left. She assumed I would be back home and I didn't go back home. I did stop by home again to get the rest of my stuff when I moved out. But I left the house and my boss at the time, she moved out of her apartment and because she got married and I moved into her place. So I didn't even have to shop around for a place. So anytime I have a problem with my mouth, I use equal parts of Benadryl liquid, Benadryl, and Pepto-Bismol, and Swish and Spit works wonders. Pepto-Bismol makes me gag. Ellen, I have my room full of totes with fabric and different types of craft stuff. I have my daughter living with me. Oh, thank God I don't have no kids living with me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this room. You should have seen the consultant's face when he saw the rod pushing out of my arm and elbow. The consult got very short at that point. It took him by surprise. Then he said, okay, I've seen enough. So when are they going to do surgery to fix it? Annette? Zaza, you don't have to swallow. You got to swallow to get the Pepto-Bismol down. Oh, you're talking about just swishing it around your mouth and then spitting it out. Okay. My mom and I get along now, but back in the day, we butted heads. I left home early, too, because of my mom. Yeah, it was all because of my mom. She wanted me to be a mama's girl and go shopping with her and everything else, and that's not me. I was a daddy's girl. When Dad was home, I was always with him. Sometimes even when he would go to work, I would go with him. So, yeah, I have felt so bad for Annette for almost a year. It happened last October, so my daughter took my craft room. Girls move on faster than boys. Oh, yeah? Well, I told all three of my kids, I said, you can come back one time, but you got to make it work for you and use the best of your time here to straighten your life out. And then that's your one shot of getting things straight. And all three have come back. My son came back first. He asked if he could move in for a week. I says, well, you can come stay here. You can't move in. I don't want none of your stuff here. And he came for the week, and towards the end of the week, he says, can I stay a couple more weeks? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, you stay and get yourself settled, and then he ended up staying 3 weeks. I said, are you sure? When he said he was leaving, I said, are you sure? And he says, yeah. He says, I have enough saved now for a place. And I said, okay. I said, but you're here. You can stay as long as you need to, because you don't get to come back. This is your one chance. And he only stayed 3 weeks, and then he went and moved on. And then my oldest girl came, and she needed to pay off some bills and fix a car and, all that sort of stuff. Well, she came back. She stayed for a year. We got her car fixed. We got her bills paid. And she had some playing money a little bit. Did you finish the ladybug quilt top? Oh, your daughter didn't talk for 2 months one time. We call that the dark time. In preparation for Dear Jane and Jane Austen, I watched the 1940s version of Pride and Prejudice. Man, have times changed. Yeah. Waiting to hear. I'm sure work comp is having fits. Probably. My mom was very manipulative. Yeah. I remain positive and joyful as much as I can. And I have to attest, Annette she's been so cheerful through this whole thing. I don't know. I was a daddy's girl. I was his garden buddy, fishing buddy, and camping buddy. Yeah, I was too. There's Auntie Ellen's channel. Check her out if you haven't made friends with her. She's great. I love watching Auntie Ellen. A lot of times, though, I'm either lurking or I'm on Team Replay watching her. But last night, or yesterday afternoon, going into the night, I got to see her. So I have no problems with my kids. My son lives by himself. Auntie Ellen's a daddy's girl. My daughter stayed for 5 years, but I loved having my grandson here too. Yeah. My youngest daughter, she stayed for 3 years, but we got her completely settled. She got her bills paid. She got a different car, and she got some money saved. So we did good. Oh, Beck never had a dad. My life is complicated, but thankfully I have found a happy life. Yeah, and you got a good guy with you too. Scott's amazing, I think. I have a pretty good guy too. I mean, I didn't think he would ever be helping me with my quilting stuff, but he does. He helps me all the time. When I was working on Daryl over here the other day, for the life of me, I could not get the needle plate thing. I couldn't get it screwed back down. I could not get that little bitty screw to go in the hole and start turning right. So I had to call him in. He had to put it back together for me. Oh my God. So he does not thread the machine for me. But before I figured out how to use the needle threader, he was coming in and threading my needles for me because I couldn't see him, and I refused to put my glasses on. So it was just easier to call him to come do it. So he was glad that I finally figured out how to work my automatic needle threader. But I only have that on 2 of my machines. The other 2 machines are so old, they don't have that. I wish my son would save more money. Well, you know how to do that, Beck. You take their paycheck. I took my kids' paycheck, my girls. I took their paychecks. We had them give us a list of what bills needed to be paid, what needed to be paid to fix the car. And that's how she got her bills and her car fixed. And she got an allowance out of her money, is all she got. We did the same thing with my youngest girl. Give me your paycheck and we'll take care of you. Yeah, I do. He is a good man. I figure it's better than grumpy and witchy about it. And given those choices, I choose joy. Yes, Scott loves colors. Sometimes I think he is better at matching up colors than I am. Rita, good morning, girl. I haven't seen Miss Rita for a while. Oh, Annette's sewing right now. Cotton Cuts Mystery 50. Oh. Oh. We are hoping to finish the front 2 rooms floors over Labor Day weekend as he will be home. Yeah, they've been doing a big project of redoing all their floors. Oh, can't get a hold of it. Good morning, Miss Alex. I'm so glad y'all decided to stop in here. I mean, I'm up early and there's no reason that I couldn't come on. I feel really bad though for Lisa because this has really got her down, and it's the weekend for her and she doesn't have to work. She should be sewing. I was always the one who did everything for them, and he assumed I'd still be doing it. He doesn't see why they should need carers, etc. I should be doing it. I have 3 siblings. Well, after my dad passed away and we moved mom back up here, I was still working. But I would spend my days off with my mom, and I would take her to doctor's appointments, and she would always say, well, when you come get me, we'll take my car. And I would call her and say, meet me downstairs. And I said, and I'll pick you up. And then I'd get her in my car, and she'd say, well, I wanted you to take my car. And I said, it's okay, Mom. I said, my car's running. And this way I don't have to find a place to park and then come walking across and get your keys and then go get your car. I said, it just saves hassle. Just get in my car. She says, well, I don't know if I can get out of your car. And I said, well, I'll help you. So I took her to all her doctor's appointments, and whenever she needed her computer fixed, my husband and I would both go over, because between the 2 of us, we might figure it out. Yep, you did the best you could there, Zaza. My mama always wants my other sisters to do things for her. Oh, I understand that too. Before my dad passed, I took a LOA for 6 weeks to go down to Pensacola and take care of him. I had 4 sisters down there that didn't do squat until he went to hospice. Oh, yeah. Well, my dad was doing... Okay, you got to help me. I can't, for the life of me, the word is eluding me. Was it dialysis? Is that the word I want? Where it takes all the toxins out of your body? I think it's dialysis. Anyway, down where Mom and Dad lived, Dad couldn't get in to their program for it. So he had to go to Ottumwa for it. And my sister lived in Ottumwa. And my dad would drive up there, do his dialysis, and then he would stay the night at my sister's and then get up the next morning and go back to his house. He would do that 3 times a week. And my mom, she never drove. Well, she had her license and everything, so she could drive, but she wouldn't do it. Yeah, kidney dialysis, that's it. See, if I thought long enough, I would think of the word. And eventually, my dad could not make the drive from their place to Ottumwa 3 times a week. It was just taking too much out of him. So he ended up staying with my sister. And then we would go visit my sister so we could see my dad. And then we got the call that he had stopped dialysis. And I asked my husband is a retired nurse. So, oh, you've been to Ottumwa? Yeah, my sister lived there for a few years. So I got the call on Monday when he decided to stop dialysis. And my husband and I went racing down there on Tuesday so we could see him. Because I asked my husband, and he says, if he's not doing the dialysis, he's not going to last long. And I said, oh my goodness. So we went racing down on Tuesday to see him one more time because I wanted to see him when he was still all there. Oh my God, I can't talk. And he passed away on Thursday. Oh, sorry, I had to take a minute there. If I was able to, I would do it, but I just can't. Even though my mom has dementia, she understands, but he is very bitter about it. Oh, yeah. Yep, I get it. My mama still lives alone at 90 years old. I hope I am doing as good as her at that age. When my mom passed, my family didn't even try to call me. I just had a feeling, so I called. That's how I found out she passed away. They resent that they spent money on her to get her the help. Well, I needed them were, oh, they were her biological kids. Okay. That's sad, Deb. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, it is. Let's see if I can talk again. I think of my dad all the time. So, yeah, when I was looking for when we first moved in here, we moved in here before my dad died. And we moved in February. February of 2002, we moved in here. And Dad died a year later. And the next summer, I was looking around for my wind chimes. I had a bunch of wind chimes. And I wanted to hang them out on my deck and from the house in the back. And I'm sitting here thinking and thinking, and I couldn't remember where they were. I could hear my dad telling me exactly where to find the box that they were in and what room they were in the basement. And I walked right down in the basement, found them, brought them up, and hung them up. Dad and I both loved wind chimes. Yeah, it's me beeping in that. I have to check my sugar 2 hours after eating, and I just haven't done it. In Kenya, old people are never alone. They always have the family looking after them. It is the culture they have. I'm so grateful I was able to be with both my parents when they passed. Well, I did not get to see my dad the day that he died. I was there on Tuesday and he died on Thursday. And then I had an aunt that died on Friday, and it was a whole thing. My brother will fly here from California to help out. I'm thankful for him and my mom's friends since Jack started treatments. Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys finally got a doctor that will listen to you. And that doctor went to bat for you too. I hope I can make it to that age. And to see my mother-in-law, she made it to 97. And she was still in an apartment, living by herself. It was a one-bedroom apartment, and she was still quilting at the time. And I told you I found those foundation paper piecing that she was doing. And I was just, oh my God, I didn't know that she was doing that. I knew she was making table runners and quilts and stuff. But towards the end, she was only doing the table runners and then the foundation paper piecing and that. And that's where I got the necky from. Well, then she fell in her apartment, and we don't know how long she was down before somebody finally found her. We know it was at least a day, at least. It probably was longer. The apartment complex is supposed to have a system where you put a little placard on your door handle to let them know that you're okay. Well, she hadn't put her little placard out. So, but they didn't come right away to check on her. I don't know if they only checked every other day or what it was, but anyway, they finally found her. She was in the kitchen on the floor. Couldn't get up or nothing, so they called 911. They got her out. Well, she never went back to the apartment. And we had to clean out the apartment. That was 1.5 years ago. And when she left the hospital, she had to go to a nursing home. And then once she got in the nursing home, the dementia set in big time. And we went and saw her that 1.5 years ago. In the nursing home. And at first she didn't know my husband, but she knew me, which was really strange. She knew me. And then it finally hit her who my husband was. And one of her friends stopped by when we were visiting, and she says, "This is my baby boy." Yeah. And he just held her hand and smiled at her the whole time. And she was remembering stuff from many years ago. It was a good visit. And that's the way he wanted to remember her. And of course, he was her medical her medical person, so that when she was completely out of her mind and couldn't make decisions, he was the one that made the decisions about that. I remember telling my husband that when his parents died, at the time he thought I was crazy, but he gets it now. Yeah, families are difficult in so many ways. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Joydy. Oh, good morning, Susan Gabriel. How are you, girl? My mom is still very active. She'll be 89. Woo. She still drives, plays cards, has dinner groups, and travels. My mom's mom passed away 3 weeks shy of 101. Oh my goodness. My parents both passed suddenly. I never got to say goodbye. I talked to my dad by phone 30 minutes before he passed. Like the other day, my stepmom called, said he collapsed. EMTs tried. Huh. We were hoping to finish the front 2 rooms floors over Labor Day weekend. Oh, yeah, it's nice having your house all back together. I was always the one who did everything for him, and he assumed I'd still be doing it. He didn't see why they should need carers. I should be doing it. I have 3 siblings. I'm doing real good. It's just when I talk a lot, my voice goes in and out. Plus, I was talking about my dad, and I lose my voice when I'm talking about my dad, too. Now, my mom, she went in for surgery on her heart. They put in a pacemaker, and um, one of the valves or something wasn't working, and they had to stitch that up and stuff. And the surgery went great. She was in. They were getting ready to close her up and everything, and I don't remember what they called it, but her heart just started shredding, and there was no stopping it. She had a DNR, so they knew they couldn't do anything, and I had okayed the DNR too, and she didn't make it. But I did get to say goodbye to her. Yeah. My mom always wanted my sister to do things for her because them two were like best friends. And my sister would go shopping with her and everything. I didn't do any of the girly stuff. If I was able to, I would, but I just can't. Even though my mom has dementia, she understands, but is very bitter about it. Oh, yeah. Man, I must have went back way too far. I hope I can get to that age. I don't know if I want to get that old or not. Yeah, Nikki, I'm glad you have good people with you when you need them. We hear my mama first thing every morning, during the day, and at bedtime. Family chat and phone calls. Yeah. Oh, Auntie Ellen's mom is 95. I am 76 and the oldest of five. We all check on her daily. I live an hour away. Three are out of state. Yeah. My brother's neighbor noticed that his mail was piling up. He called the police for a welfare check and found he was deceased. Oh, that's horrible. My family was weird. None of my five sisters got along. It was like I was the web that kind of spread out and stayed in contact and got along with them all, but none of them did. Yeah, I was I was the peacemaker in our family. I have even driven over to check if she hasn't checked in with us. Yeah, yep, I would do that too. Grandma smoked, drank, and had diabetes, but still loved her sweets. And my mom, she takes good care of herself. She will outlive her. Yeah. He laid there approximately 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, 2 weeks. He was only 63. Oh, I am so sorry. My father-in-law called each of his four children the night before he died in his sleep. It was like he knew. Yeah. Usually when people say they all get along and there's no issues, they're lying. Most families have at least one that causes problems. We can't pick our families, but we can pick our friends. Yep, yep. I call you guys all my family too. My mother-in-law will turn 98 in October. Oh, and I know you're not a hugger, but you need one. Well, I'm a hugger if I know you, but I'm not so much of a hugger for strangers, you know. When the doctors came to tell us in the waiting room that mom had passed, they came to me because I was the one that signed all the paperwork because I had to give permission. Besides mom having the DNR, I had to okay it too. I was her medical person. And so when they came to tell the family, they came and talked to me. And all of my siblings were gathered around the little table that I was sitting at. And when they told us, I couldn't talk to them. I could not call my husband. My husband was at a different hospital. No, he was on a different floor. And I couldn't. No, we were at a different hospital. We were at Genesis and he works at Trinity. And so I had to have the nurse call my husband. The nurse was so nice and she called my husband and told him that my mom had passed. I think you're on top messages. Yeah, I'm trying to scroll down. I'm the black sheep. Yeah, I was the black sheep too, mainly because I was the peacemaker. When I was younger, I said I wanted to kick off at 60. I thought that was old. Well, 60 is coming up. I think I'd like to be around a lot longer than that. Good morning, Susan Munger. How are you? I hug my quilting friends more than I hug my sisters and mama. Yeah. Yep. We just finished the probate. It took almost 2 years. Oh, golly. If someone misses a day, we know to give them a call. Yeah. Yeah, there was one day that I was cutting like crazy. I think it was for this quilt back here, the Falling Charms. I was cutting the white fabric, and I was so into cutting it, I wasn't paying attention to time or nothing. Well, Lisa got a hold of me. She's, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I've just been cutting fabric, and I've lost all track of time." And you know, when I was a kid, I didn't think I'd ever get to 18. Remember, 18 was the big thing that you wanted to get to. In Iowa, that was the drinking age at 18. I could not wait to get to be 18. And then once you hit 18, the next big number was 21. Because that's the drinking age for over in Illinois, which is just across the river here. And a lot of my friends would go over to Illinois. Well, I would go with them, and I never got carded. Well, mainly because I hung out with older kids then. So, yeah. My father was 57 when he passed. He retired after 22 years in the military, then went to work for a state mental hospital, got bit by a patient, and got staph infection, and was gone before we knew it. Oh my gosh. He served in 2 wars, and then to go like that was such a shock. Yep. Oh, Rita's got to go make breakfast. Thanks for coming, Rita. Okay, we're done with the sad stuff. I'm not talking no more about the sad stuff. 50 and 60 were ancient. Yeah. And then, you know, when I turned 30, I thought, you know, I really need to start acting like an adult. That lasted about 6 months. I'm like, no, not doing that no more. And then when I was 42, that's when I started the divorce procedures, you know. And I met my husband online on AOL. Everybody remember AOL? The chat room's in there. That's where I met him. And it was in a room that then you could make your own room. And we made the room. We named it and everything. And there was a core 5 of us girls that were always in there. And we were from all over. We had Georgia and Connecticut, Virginia, Iowa. I can't remember where the other girl was. Melissa was Michigan. That was the other one. So there was the 5 of us that was always in there. I still use AOL Mail. My husband does too. I don't. I mean, I still have the account, but I don't use it. I haven't even looked at it to see. I can't even tell you what the password is to get in there to look. My papa was 40 when he passed heart attack in a few hours. I was 5. Well, my mother-in-law was 97. She was fine at breakfast. And then she was gone by supper. So there was no advance notice of her going. Everything was fine with her in the morning. And by supper time, she was gone. When I turned 30, I bawled. Oh, I did too, Nikki. I thought, oh my God, now I have to be an adult. And what did I do with my life? And what's funny, I had a job, a car. I bought my first house. I don't know why I took 30 so hard. Well, you know, I don't know either. But I did. I took 30 hard. I had been putting off even going to the dentist. I made myself go to the dentist. He pulled one of my wisdom teeth, and he had to put in stitches. So I had to go back the next week to get the stitches out. Well, when I did, he pulled 2 more. And this time I didn't have to have stitches, but I didn't go back because he wasn't getting the 4th one. I was not having trouble with my wisdom teeth. I don't know why he pulled them. 30 was a hard birthday. Yep. When I was 17, when I grew up as I traveled the world. Huh? Bye, Auntie Ellen. Have a good day. My great aunt was 97, passed away at her home in her sleep. Yeah. None of those age numbers affected me. I'm now 63. Well, let me tell you, 30 was the only one that affected me. And I don't know why it was so much. I was 22 when I told my mom that she was going to be a grandma, expecting her to be excited, and she wasn't. Her reaction was historical. She said, "I am too young to be a grandma." Well, I got married in May, and in June, I was pregnant, and we were at church. It was one of those stone soup dinners, is what it was. We were all there, and I went up to my dad, and I squatted beside him to tell him. I thought he would be so excited, and he wasn't. He says, "What do you think you're doing? You don't need to have a kid right now. You just got married." Well, I was 21 when I got married. My husband was almost 29. And he wanted to have a kid before he was 30. Well, I grew up being taught, you got married, you had kids, you lived your life like they did, you know? And yeah, well, what can I say? My son was here the next February, and I don't think my dad was ever very happy about it because he wasn't real thrilled with my first husband. But he loved Kelly. He only got to know Kelly for a short time before he passed. And he really liked Kelly. And he told Kelly that, "I'm glad that I have somebody down here to take care of Deb." He says, "She really needs it." Oh, see you, Annette. Thanks for coming. I feel so bad for Annette because now she has to go through more surgeries to get that rod in her arm corrected. Good morning, Cheryl Cruz. It's Cheryl with an S. Age don't bother me. I think it bothers my daughter because she says, "Mom, you're getting close to 70. I'm 68. No biggie." I will be 67 next month. Yeah. Of the 3 Bs, I'm the oldest. I know there's a lot of times I don't act like I'm old, but when I was 17, I called my mom, and guess what she said? "Oh my God, you're pregnant." I said, "Who told you?" "I had my son at 18. Uh-huh. Well, it was funny when my sister came to tell me. She came to my work, and we had little comfy benches to sit on. And she was sitting over there. We had a little rush. We got through the rush. It was just her sitting there. And I said, "Oh, hey, let's go in the back." Our break room was way in the back. So we went walking down the hallway there, and I said, well, what's wrong? Are you pregnant? Ah, she just started bawling. Yes. And I don't know how to tell mom and dad. I said, well, good luck with that, but I'd like to be a fly on the wall. Actually, he was happy. He knew my sister was in a bad marriage. Oh, yeah. Jack will be 67 next month, too. Ah! See, I knew I liked Jack. I will be 70 in March. Susan's mom is 83. I forgot what I was just talking about. Completely out of my brain. Anyway, my kids barely talk to me. They don't come visit or nothing. So it's just me and my husband pretty much. I mean, I'll text with my kids because that's the way of talking to them, I guess. Yeah. They'll understand when I'm gone. He always said, as a father, you want your daughter to marry someone who thinks they are the whole world and will look after him. Yeah, my family was happy when I told them I was pregnant. But then again, I was 28 and 35. Yeah, well, I was 21. About to turn 22. So I was 22 when I actually had my son. So I'm like, I was an adult, you know. But come to find out, Dad wasn't real thrilled with him. And he told me later that he says, you know, we shouldn't have walked down now. We should have just left the church. And I said, Dad, I didn't know you felt that way. I said, I would have run with you. Because my dad knew. He knew people. And he could read them real fast. And, well, I stayed for 20 years. And I stayed because of the kids. And then they were teenagers when I left. And, yes, I paid child support. Good morning, Mona! My Mona is in the house. I was 21 when I had my daughter. Oh. Well, I got pregnant at 21. I had him at 22. And then I was 25 or about to turn 25 when I had my oldest daughter. So we're exactly 25 years apart. My granddaughter is 25 years younger than my daughter. So that's a cool thing. And that daughter is going to have a boy next month. And then my youngest girl is going to have a girl in November. So they keep popping them out. I kicked out my ex when my daughter was 2 and my son was 4. I was 22 when our son was born. Yep. I was 22 with my oldest. Yep. My mom was 23 when she had me, a daughter. I was 23 when I had my daughter. She was 23 when she had my granddaughter. Kind of neat. Yeah, Cheryl, it is kind of neat. I was 25. My daughter was 25. I'm hoping that my granddaughter isn't going to be 25 when she has one. I was 20, 28, and 29 when I had my kids. I was a single mom by age 24. Oh. You got baby quilts to make, Deb. Yeah, I guess. Well, my husband and I's anniversary is coming up next month too, and it will be 24 years. So I feel like I've been married my whole life, but I haven't. My marriage was so bad I left when my girls were 4 and 5, and I've never remarried. Oh, I remarried. I remarried. My husband and I met on September 15th of 2000 on AOL. We got married September 15th, 2001. As soon as I found out the divorce was final on a Friday, I found out on Friday night. Monday morning, we went to the courthouse. I got a notarized copy of my divorce decree. And then I went downstairs and I got a marriage license. And she says, but you need a witness. So I went down and called my brother, Charlie, Shirley's husband. Went and called him. He come rushing down. He signed for me. So we got divorced on Friday. Got a copy of it on Monday. Got a marriage license on Monday. I met with the judge that I knew on Tuesday. And then we were married by Saturday. My oldest daughter was born on my mom's birthday. My oldest daughter was born on my dad's birthday. They had my son because they went camping. And I was due. And mom was afraid that I was going to go into labor and nobody around for my son. So they took him with them. And I had her on Monday morning. And we called the camp directors from where they were at and told them to tell them. And they were trying to be sneaky about it, and they just kept calling them grandma and grandpa the whole time. Then mom finally got it, and she says, she had the baby. Well, by the time they got everything packed up and got back home, I was gone from the hospital. I was at their house. I was hiding in their bedroom. They just thought my husband at the time was there. And so they get in the house and everything. And my husband told my dad, he says, well, I left something in your bedroom for you. And so dad went walking towards the bedroom. And I come out of the bedroom holding the baby, and I handed it to him. And I said, happy birthday. I said, it's her birthday too. So that was his present. Oh my goodness, I've been on here an hour and a half. Didn't have nothing to talk about. Well, good morning, Christy and Beth. I'm so glad to see you. Good morning, Sherry. I feel like I was hit by a truck. Oh, you got Haley's crud, didn't you? I won't become a grandmother as my kids don't want kids. Oh, yeah. I only have one grandson. I miss him so much. I rarely see him since my daughter moved out. Oh, I'm glad I caught this story. Oh, Beth and Christy, we've had so many stories going on here today. These girls have learned so much about me. Good morning, Donna Dixon. I'll be lucky if I get a grand puppy. I have a couple of grand puppies. I have 3 of them, matter of fact. I just have the 2 grands I call my daughters. Yeah. I'm Scott's second wife. His first was flawed. I'm second wife too. Kelly's second husband. My name is Velma. Oh, she has grandkitties. No grandma here either. Yeah, my grandma died in like 1999. My last living grandma, 1990. She was 95 years old. Yeah, 95. She'd been through 3 husbands. Huh. She was the only one I was able to carry and birth successfully. Oh, 6. Oh my goodness. Granddaughter is up. Gotta go get her breakfast. Bye, Susan. I'm glad you stopped in. I was 24 and 36 when I had my boys. That was great, Andrea. Blessings. Yeah. My oldest and youngest are 5 years apart. 5 years and 1 week. My granddaughter got married last October. She's 22. Maybe I should get a baby quilt in the works because she'll be 23 next year in case 23 carries on. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a hard thing too, Andrea. I could make a horror movie with my 2 exes. Oh, Mana. I could with my only ex. You know, with all of us together, you always have stories to tell and learn. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm barely scraping the barrel here telling you things. The flu settled on his ova and his throat nearly closed. Oh, no. Okay, Joyce, I'll see you later. I have 2 exes too. Jack asked me numerous times to marry him. I finally caved. That was over 20 years ago. Yeah. I said I wouldn't get married again, but then I met this one and my whole world changed. Yeah. Scott and I lived together for a year before we got married and have been together for over 40 years. Oh my goodness. Well, Zaza has been married for 28 or 29. Jim for 33. I'm going on 24. 24 on the second marriage. See, I figured I would only be able to get a 50-year anniversary if I added the 2 together. But that's getting close now if I add them together. Because by the time the divorce finally got settled up, I was 21 years, and now 24 with him. That's 45. So I'm getting close to getting 50 that way. We've been a pair since the 90s, but laws were not helpful for marriage, so we can't compete. Yeah, I know. My brother's oldest son, my second oldest brother's son, he's gay, and he's on his second marriage. So as soon as they could get married, they did. And him and Floyd, I liked Floyd. And then they got divorced, and him and Todd got together and they got married. So, and they live down in Missouri. They're in St. Louis. And that was a big thing for Paul too. So, and then my niece, my third brother, Charlie, his daughter, she's been with Becky for, oh my God, years and years and years. I think it's been at least 20 years, probably longer, that they've been together. And my son has been with Patrick. Last year they celebrated 10 years together. It seems like they've been together longer than that, but St. Louis isn't very far from me either. I know, Nikki, and I have that nephew down there. I have his sister down there, who is like a daughter to me. She calls me on my birthday and Mother's Day, and then my brother's down there at the Lake of the Ozarks. And that nephew also has a house at the Lake of the Ozarks too. So I have plenty of places to stay if I would just get down there. I think we're a pretty good team. I think you are too. Massachusetts was the first, so that's where we did it. Oh. Well, congrats to you guys. My son and Patrick are not married yet. I don't know why they haven't pulled the trigger on it, but I mean it's lawful here. They live in Illinois. I don't know about Illinois, but I don't know. And then I don't know if Angie and Becky got married or not. I don't know. You and Nikki could meet in the middle, Deb. Yeah, we could. We could, but I don't do a whole lot of traveling. And Nikki has Jack to worry about, so Nikki and I, we talk on Discord, and like I said, she mailed me some scraps, and I'm waiting for the perfect project for it because she sent me florals, and they're big florals. I love them. I love them so much, I don't want to cut into them. It's lawful in the entire United States right now. Oh, really? Is it? I didn't know. I just remember when Iowa made it lawful. And I kept telling Paul, well, come up here and get married. He's got a brother that still lives up here. So, travel is life. Yeah? And you guys travel a lot. And I've been watching all your shorts. I love the flowers. Oh my God. I don't have time for a husband. I have too many hobbies and no patience. Yeah. Well, I told this husband, I said, you're the last. I'm not ever doing it again. My son was born 7/7/79. Daughter 8/8/89. Granddaughter 12/23/99. All 10 years apart. Oh my goodness. Huh. Oh, good golly. I can't get a hold of him. Zaza got him. Yeah, Zaza. Zaza's got the quick finger. I thought I could get him on here, but I couldn't. I couldn't get a hold of him on there. And then when I came over here to my phone, then I saw it. My longest marriage was 27 years. He's the father of my children. Been married 2 more times. Always mentally abusive. No more. Been on my own for 15 years now. I tried, but was too damn slow. Oh. My little sister went to Canada from Australia to get married to her wife before it was legal in Australia. So I was telling you all this bad news stuff, you know. I got a call from Shirley yesterday, and my brother's son has cancer, and he took him to the hospital last Sunday, and then yesterday he went and picked him up from the hospital. They said there's nothing they can do for him. His liver has quit working. And they gave him 2 days to 2 weeks to live. So my brother picked him up and took him home. My brother has his dog. His dog is huge, like a horse. I have a cake to frost and some food prepped. Well, I am going to get off of here because my oldest brother's been trying to call me. That's another noise that you guys have been hearing. And I'm just partied out already today. I guess I can try and block that dude. He's changed his name, though. It used to be Gizmo. Now it's Gizlet. Well, he's one of my friends that followed me around from Leanna's channel, too. My friend eloped to New York with her new wife. I need the Girls Are Us YouTube channel. Christy and Beth, if you type in quilt or giggles, it will bring up your channel so Nikki can subscribe to you. There you go, Nikki. There's their channel. And it's a fun channel, let me tell you. They have me cracking up all the time. Their latest short has a bunch of pretty flowers on it. You'd like that too. And they take trips all the time. They take us on the trips with them. We're riding in the car. We get to see all the beautiful country. They've gone on picnics. They've taken us with their picnics. They made teddy bear sandwiches. So cute. They even did the mini, I don't know what you call it. The mini food things. Mini things. They were tiny foods. W are too nice. Well, I just really enjoy their channel, let me tell you. And I watch them. I watch the Fish Guys. I watch the Paranormal. The Cruising. I've been watching the Cruising with Astute Tourist and Controversial Cruising and Jen.com and Bone Tired Traveler. That's Denise. I couldn't think what her channel was. Anyone seen Mike? I've been missing him. Nope. Nobody has seen Mike. Mike has been trying to get his business started. I don't know if it's actually started yet or not, but he's been working on his own thing. Sherry just subbed to you too. And she has they have lots and lots of subscribers from all over the place too. So it's a good place to share your channel out. You've got me watching loads of new channels. Oh yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I watched the guys in Scotland that take care of the cows' hooves. Hoop GP. No, Hoof GP. That's what it's called. Shivana, she follows me around. Yeah, I follow Mona around. Mona's the one that turned me on to the Astute Tourist and Controversial Cruising and all them guys. And then but I found the Hoof GP on my own. And Nikki, that's one that you would really like. The Hoof GP. Yeah. Let me see if I can type it in. I have to look up their. I'll tell you about it. Because Nikki's like me, she likes that cool stuff. Yeah, Scotland. Because when I first found them, I thought of Zaza. Zaza is from Scotland. So I thought, oh, that's really cool. And I love that stuff with working on hooves and stuff. And when they find something wrong and how they fix it and everything. The Hoof GP. I've been watching the Hoof GP. Graham. Yeah, Graham. Graham and Craig and the other Graham. Yeah. I like it because I like gross stuff. Well, what can I say? I watch the zip popping and all that stuff too every once in a while. It's very calming for me. I don't know. Scotland is beautiful, but I'm biased. Yeah. Oh, your stepdad is from Scotland. Put the link in the description box later. Okay, I will. Because I'm not even signed into YouTube yet. I came on. I turned my computer on when I first got up, but I didn't actually turn everything on until like 10 minutes before 6. And then I started at 6. So, oh, that's what it is. Mona, it's good if you like Dr. Pimple Popper. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. There, Mona just put it up there. The Hoof GP. There you go. I love the cameraman, Graham's accent. I have to read the closed caption on him because I can't understand a word that Graham says. Now, the other Graham, the main Graham, and Craig, I understand them fine. All Mimi's veterinarians have a good sense of humor. Well, that's good. Because I like that stuff too. I don't like Pimple Popper. Yeah. A lot of people don't like that. But I like it, and I really like watching how they fix the hooves on the cows. I think that's interesting. But I've always liked the Pimple Pop and stuff because it just amazes me how that stuff is under your skin. Mona, don't watch the Hoof GP then. Well, now that one's not as bad as Dr. Pimple Popper. Because they're mainly just correcting and trimming them down and stuff. Just every once in a while you get the really bad ones, but I think he's from Dumfries. I don't know exactly where he's from, but oh, his house is amazing. Have you seen his house on his show? Oh, that kitchen is to die for. And his wife is so pretty. I've seen horses, but never cows. Well, the cows, it's really cool. Some of them, they end up putting the blocks on them so that they walk on the blocks instead of the part that's hurt. I used to love doing that when I nursed. I worked for a vet, so I'm okay with gross stuff. Yesterday, Graham did a hoof with maggots. Yeah, that was gross. Yeah, I saw that one. But I've been trying to catch up with all their old ones, and some of the old ones, his hair is longer, and I'm like, oh no, cut your hair. I like it better the other way. I love draining a good abscess. Yes, I do too. I forgot to say that I loved the thumbnail pic, Deb. Well, now that was my graduation picture. I had talked, I think it was on Friday, about using sun in on my hair, and all of the blonde girls that used the sun in, their hair ended up turning like green because a lot of them were the swimmers too. Well, I had the brown hair, but I have auburn in my hair up here, and it turned my hair that orangey color. I like his hair shorter too. Yes, he is so handsome, and his wife is so pretty. I used to use that crap. Yeah, I used it, and it was the summer before, well, the spring right before graduation when we were, no, it was the summer before graduation, because that's when we were taking all of our senior pictures, was the summer before. And my hair turned that orange color. Sun In made their hair green. Yes, it did. The blondes went green, and the ones with the any kind of red undertones, like me, it turned to orange. So, needless to say, I only used it that one summer. And do you remember Dippity Doo? I used to use Dippity Doo in the 80s because, that was all the big hair thing. And my hair didn't get that big, but mine got up about this high. That's it. It's the chlorine that turns dyed blonde hair green. Yeah. Like I said, it was all the swimmers that their hair went green. But it was the blonde girls that went green. The brunettes and that, if we had the red undertone, man, it took on orange. My mom had spiked hair in the 80s, which embarrassed my younger brother. I had long hair still in the 80s. I didn't cut my hair till the 90s. And I cut it and I put in a perm and I dyed it sort of a blonde, So when my sister got married, it looked like I had a blonde afro on my head. It was just sitting on the top of my head. I didn't like the one girl whose hair that was green. She cheated with my boyfriend. And then I was stupid and married that cheater. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, lemon juice. Yep, use lemon juice too. Yep. I used to spike my son's hair for school. Yep, I did too. He had the buzz cut in the summers, and then when it was school time, then I did the spiky. I put hydrogen peroxide on my hair and went canoeing. My hair was hooked white. Hooker white. I love it. That's when I had a perm. Everyone had perms. Yes, everyone had perms. Yeah, when I got married, I didn't have a perm. I have a picture. I don't know how I will get it on here, but I have a picture of when my mom used to give me the home perms, and she had my hair all curled and everything. I'll have to put one of those pictures up. I have a picture with me trying to get a beaded necklace on, and I couldn't figure out how the clasp worked, and I put it on my head trying to pull it on this way, and all these different layers of beads are down my face. I don't know if that's on my post or not. I'll have to post it again. And then I got one where my hair is in pigtails, braided pigtails, and Shirley gave me one of my pictures that they took when back in the 80s we were down in Mom and Dad's hometown for Easter egg hunt. We were down there for Easter, and she took a picture of me, and I flipped her the bird. And she took a picture of it. Only once I permed my hair. I got permed before a second wedding. I had to leave in rain bonnet. It was horrible. I should have taken that as a sign. Yes. Big perm hair, yeah. Well, I did it again before I had my son. So I got married when I was 21. And by the time I turned 22, we got married in May. By September, I put another dang perm in. And then I did it again in 91. That was the last perm that I've had. Remember frosting tips? Yeah, my hair was frosted, and that's when I had shorter hair. And if you combed the back of it sideways, it looked like a checkerboard. It was cool. I had fun with that. Daughter hair frosted was a thing, Mom and Jay. Yep. I had the frosted hair. If I combed it the normal way, it just looked like it was frosted. But when I pulled it to the side, man, checkerboard. It was cool. I've always had hair down to my waist. And can you imagine the tangled mess after pulling all that hair through those holes? Oh my God, yes. My hair was short when I had that done in. Yep, I love the frosted hair too. I have other stories about the hair that I'll tell you eventually. But I need to get off here. I've been here 2 hours. Oh my gosh. And I didn't have nothing to say when I got on here. But we'll be on Mona's channel at 11 Eastern time. I don't know if Lisa's going to make it there or not. It'll be me and Mona at least. And Mona can do all the talking because I've been talking for 2 hours and my voice is about gone. Yeah, it's 8:04 here too. Oh, those caps were barbaric. Yes, I hated them caps. Used to make you blonde from dark in one sitting. I'm surprised it didn't fall out. Yeah. And now they do it in different sections. My girls bleach their hair first, and then they do the blonde stuff. And their hair is darker than mine. My dogs are bugging me to go out, but I need to check on Jack. Well, you take care of Jack, and If you're around, we'll be on Mona's channel at 11 Eastern Time, 10 Central. So I'll be back in 2 hours. And I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.